Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So guys, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you some simple techniques of how to use these cleaners and some household products that we usually have at home or are usually easily available in stores. So I know there's scarcity out there in stores right now, but you'd be able to manage at least one or a couple. And these are some of the food products that we're going to be using as samples today. So you're going to be seeing one after the other different products and their usage and how to properly clean the products with them. Please see the full video, and I'm sure it's going to be beneficial for you. So let's get started. So our first product that we're going to be using is going to be this Clorox liquid bleach, and we're going to be needing one container and some measuring cups, and this is our packaged food right here, and some paper towel. That's it. So we're going to be adding about 1 gallon of water, and to it we're going to be adding 1/3 cup of liquid bleach. So guys, I believe 1 gallon is about 16 full cups of water would make 1 gallon of water. So I took 16 cups of water and I'm adding 1/3 cup of bleach to it and mix it nicely, really well. And once it's done, just dip the packaged food product into the water. So I fast forward the video, but you guys, it would be advisable if you let it stay in the water for a couple of minutes, like a minute or two maybe, and let it soak in, and it would kill. Yeah, and as you can see, I'm rubbing it in all the corners and the folds of the packaging, so it would reach every possible area. So these are some radishes. So see, as you can see, I took 1 pack of pasta and 1 pack of frozen veggies and 1 pack of fresh produce, which is the radishes. And so I just wanted to show you that any packaged food can be cleaned like this. And see, once it's taken out of the mix of water and bleach, I'm just wiping it off, trying to make it as dry as possible. And later, I'm just going to let it sit and dry for some time. That's about it. And once it's dried, you can put whatever you want to put in the fridge and save the others for later. Our second product today is a box of these disinfecting Clorox wipes that I have here. So as you can see, it has so much liquid in it that it can be even squeezed out. I just squeezed it out to show you guys. It still has ample. And so I'm going to be using the disinfectant wipes to wipe off any possible germs or bacteria that stay on top of the packaging. Here I am using a Tetra Pak of milk, like a milk carton. And as you can see, after I disinfected it completely nicely, I washed it off with warm water, and then I even washed my hands off, since I already had the disinfecting liquid in my hands that was left over of the wipes. And then I am drying it nicely using a completely dry and clean paper towel. And I'm going to repeat the same process with a box of butter. And there you go. You have to make sure to clean all nooks and crannies of the box, all the folds of the box, everywhere that you can reach easily. Just clean it, wipe it off. And don't worry if it's like a cardboard box or anything, just wash it off using warm or hot water. Running water would be best. If you cannot use running water, then fill up a vessel and dip it in it and wash it. And then I'm again doing the same thing. I'm wiping it off using a clean paper towel, and I'm putting it away to let it dry completely. And third is a frozen ready to eat food box. Same process. So guys, there's one more fact that I would want you guys to listen carefully, is that the viruses can stay alive for up to 28 days when refrigerated. So you have to be extra careful with all the other products that you already might have that are refrigerated, and disinfect them completely before you use. Yeah, so now they're dried, I'm going to put them away. The third product is soda bicarbonate or baking soda, and we're going to be needing a bowl, measuring cups and spoons, and I'm using apples to demonstrate, and some paper towels to dry later on. So there are two methods that I'm going to be showing you with the soda, the baking soda. So I'm putting 1 cup full of water in the bowl. To it, I'm adding about 1 tablespoon of baking soda, and I'm going to make sure it dissolves properly. So I'm going to mix it nicely. And here I've taken 1 apple that I'm dipping it in the mixture, and so you can keep rotating the apple and let it sit in the mixture for a few minutes, so all the germs and bacteria over it will die slowly. Then in the second one, I'm going to just wash the apple a little with the water, then I'm sprinkling some baking soda over it, and I'm rubbing the apple with it. So what this does, it cleans the apple really nicely. Also, it takes away any wax or any residue or any substance that might have gotten on its surface. And then once it's done, I'm going to rub it really well under running water, and then I'm just going to let it rinse off. And the same thing I'm going to be doing with the second apple. Both methods really work well. Let them sit and dry for a while. After a couple of minutes, I take them out of the sieve, and then I just let them sit on the paper towel and use another dried paper towel to rub off all the water from it and make sure it dries completely. And voila, it's ready to be eaten or preserved for later use. So yeah, it's simple and a really nice method. So our fourth product is a lemon. So we're going to be cutting it into half because we are going to be needing juice of half a lemon and a bowl full of water. So we're going to be adding the juice in the clean water that we have already put in the bowl. We're going to be using this lemon squeezer and just press it really hard. And one quick tip is, once it's squeezed, you just make it fluffy again and do it one more time, and there's more juice that's going to come out. So we're done with this part. Now we're going to be adding 1 tablespoonful of salt in the lemon water. Let it sit and let it dissolve really nicely. So we'll mix it. And for the demonstration, I'm using the same pack of radishes we've washed previously. Now the radishes also must have been touched by somebody, and we want to make sure that they don't have any germs on their surface. So I'm getting rid of all the greens and the leafy things and roots and stems that it has hanging out from it. And I'm taking a few to show you how to clean them. So I just dipped them in the mix and I let it stay for 3 to 4 minutes. After 3 to 4 minutes, I am just rubbing it nicely inside the mix and making sure that whatever the dirt possible or germs there must be will come out. And now under running warm water, I'm washing them thoroughly, and one after the other, I'm putting it away to rinse off nicely. And after this part is done, I'm going to let it sit for say 4 to 5 minutes in the sieve, so all the water just rinses off on its own. And once this part is done, I'm taking them and putting them on the dried paper towel, and I'm making sure to dry them as much as possible from the paper towel and putting them away in a bowl. Now guys, any process that you use that I'm showing, drying is very important. Once it's all done, let it stay on the counter and let it dry nicely and then use it. Our fifth product happens to be hand wash soap that we all happen to have at home. We can use any other one also. So this, as you can see it's written washes away all bacteria, and it's true. It is capable of washing away bacteria, and it is mild, so it is a wise use. And so we're using a big container, and I filled it with warm water, and then I added the hand soap to it, about a cup full, like the lid full, maybe a tablespoon or so. And then I'm taking several paper towels, and then I folded them, and then I put them inside the soapy water, squeezed them, and now I'm rubbing the soapy water all over the orange juice bottle. I'm making sure to rinse away all the bacteria and germs possible on the surface or any dirt. And second product I'm using is a can of veggies. Same process. I'm trying to get rid of all the things that we don't want on our packaged food as well. And I'm going to let it still for sit in the sink for a couple of minutes. After that, I'm washing away all the soap. You have to make sure to wash it thoroughly. I'm using warm water, and make sure that all the soap comes off of it, and then you have to just let it sit to dry. And I'm going to wipe all the water off also, and then I'm going to let it sit on the counter and dry itself really nicely before putting it back into the fridge. So our sixth product happens to be vinegar. You can also use the apple cider vinegar. So we're going to need a bowl, and we're going to need like equal parts of water and vinegar. I have put them in cups separately. So we're going to be mixing the equal parts in the bowl and mix it well. And here for demonstration, I'm using some organic ginger. So we're going to take out one root of ginger, and then we are going to dip it into the mix and let it stay in the mix. Keep rotating it also, and let it sit in the mix for some minutes. Try to like wash it off, rub it nicely in the mix. Once it's done, I'm putting it under running water and rubbing and trying to get rid of all the possible germs and bacteria or the virus, God forbid, that it might contain. And then I'm putting it on the clean paper towel and rubbing it really nicely. And now I'm going to set it aside to dry completely. So guys, our seventh product is the dish liquid that we're going to be using. And I'm going to be needing a bowl full of warm water. And I'm using oranges to demonstrate. And so I'm going to be adding about a tablespoon of dish liquid to the bowl full of water. Mix it really well. And then I'm going to slowly, one by one, add the oranges in the mix and let it sit for a couple of minutes, and make sure that any impurities it gets rid of. And after that, I'm going to wash it really nicely under running water. I'm using warm water. You have to be very particular, and you have to make sure to get rid of all the soap that might have been left on the surface. And So guys, these all the products that I've shown are very easily available in most households. So, and these will prove to be really beneficial if used in the proper way. Now I'm going to use a dried paper towel and make sure I dry it really nicely. And also the dish liquid can be used with most fresh produce that have hard skin or even packaged foods. Make sure to dry it really well, and after you dry it, it can still be a little moist, so just set it aside to make sure it dries completely. That's what I'm doing here. And now it's completely dried almost. I'm still going to leave it aside to dry. So guys, one more technique that I have not shown here today is the use of hydrogen peroxide. What you can do with it is mix it in the proportion of 50 to 50 water to 3% of hydrogen peroxide, and soak the produce similarly, and then again repeat the same process of mixing it, rinsing it, and drying it completely. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay safe.